Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. A couple little updates on the 400. I took it apart, cleaned all the grass and grime off of it. We put a new fuel pump down the frame. I'm gonna paint that tower. And we're gonna redo the deck. So yeah, I'll be back in a few. Okay, got the 400 back together. I painted the dash tower, detailed out the engine. Put some paint on the wheels. Yeah, I'm gonna run the factory paint on the pan. I polished this side and it turned out decent. That's just a rubbing compound. Took rubbing compound to the hood. I've got a headlight panel for it now. Got the side shield back on, the engine tin. I'm gonna cut out new, what do you call it? The grip tape for the pan. Everything's painted and detailed. Yeah, it's coming along. This tractor runs great, no smoke at all. I've got to go through this carburetor again. The Neyland seat's hanging up on it, so I'll pull the bowl off and clean it one more time. I did remove the tank, replace the fuel valve. I flushed the tank, replaced the fuel line from the tank to the carbs. Put an inline fuel filter. Yeah, it's turned out to be a decent tractor that was a parts tractor. Yeah, that fender, that tower looks a whole lot better than it did. I just taped it, sanded it down, taped it off, and painted it. I took masking tape and went around the key switch and the VIN tag. That side's all painted. Yeah, pretty happy the way it's turning out. You end up with a lot of hours on these, all the meticulous cleaning and painting and touching up, but yeah, it's well worth it in the end. I still got to paint those engine tins. I've got to restore this deck. I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it. All the spindles feel decent on it, but yeah, it's got some heavy rust. I think I'll just brush paint it. I'll get a wire brush and sand it all down, and then I'll brush paint the deck itself. I don't have the covers for it. Okay, worked on the John Deere pretty much all day today. I got the engine finished up. I took the original carburetor. I went through it, cleaned it, put it back together. It runs perfect now. No more leaky Neyland seat. Took a couple hours off today to go pick this muffler up. The other one, the whole end cap was completely gone. So I got it, cleaned it up, painted it. I've got everything detailed. Cleaned out the engine fins, cleaned out all the grime, got it all painted. This will dry a little flatter. This was real rusty, this top piece was, so there's not much I could do with it. I got the floor mats on. Those are 300 series patterns, but they worked. Coming up in a couple places. It's cold in here. But yeah, it's coming along. It's looking good. This is going to be a keeper. I'm not going to flip this one. A lot of these I get them already and I sell them, but yeah, I'm going to redo that dash. I've got some plastic paint. I'm going to strip that dash panel down and I'm going to paint it black. I can't get this here's discolored. and I can't get that to stay, to go away. I've tried everything on it. But yeah, just a quick update. I'm gonna get those side panels out and get them sanded down and painted, and we'll get the hood and everything back on it, and I'll be back. Okay, got the hood back on. Let me go get them side panels. Hey guys, welcome back to the video. We're gonna do some sanding. Here's our covers. And you can see they're not in real bad shape. This one here is in better shape than the other one is. But we're just gonna start sanding them down. We don't have to go to bare metal. We've just gotta smooth them out. I don't want to bore you, but this is what we're going to do for the next probably half hour. I'll sand this pan down, the side cover down, and we'll get it smooth where we don't feel any imperfections in it. And when we get it smooth, I don't think I'll prime this one. Like I said, I'm not taking it all the way to bare metal. So once I get it down, I'll be back and you'll see the what it looks like afterwards. Okay, I finished sanding that side panel down. I do have a coat of primer on it. It's got some dirt in it, but I'll sand that out before I do the color on it. This one I won't have to take down as far. That one I had to take pretty much down to bare metal because it had so many imperfections in it. This one here should be pretty decent though, so I'll do this one and I'll be back. Okay guys, I got them all sanded down. I've got 3 coats of primer on each of them. I went ahead and primed the whole panel. I had to take them down pretty far. This one actually had 2 coats of paint on it. The original and somebody else had painted it green. There's a lot of dirt in it because I got a heater blowing at it. So I'll sand all that out with 400 grit. But it's only 64 degrees in here, and I'll let these dry overnight. And then tomorrow I'll come back out and we'll sand them down and we'll get a coat of paint on them. But you just want to get all of the rust spots off of it. You want it smooth. I do them by hand on small panels like this because I can feel. You can see how smooth it is besides the dirt in it. All the spots that were rusted, they were sanded smooth. I've been on this for a half hour. I'll probably have another maybe 45 minutes in it. I'll put 2 coats of paint on it after I finish sanding. After you prime, you always want to finish sanding it, just a finish sand so you get a nice smooth surface. You get all that dirt out. Tomorrow I'll be out here. It's supposed to be a little warmer. I won't have the heater blowing. Yeah, all that you see, that's just dirt. Like I said, that'll all sand out. They'll be nice and shiny when I get done. Okay guys, I'll bring you back when this is dry. Hey guys, welcome back. We're gonna be wet sanding these covers after the primer. Getting them ready for paint. I use a spray bottle. We're just wanting to get the, we're not wanting to take them down to the color, the old color. We're just wanting to get the, we're going to want to get the dirt out of it. That's it. Watch your corners or you'll go through it immediately. I'm using 600 grit. If I was dry sanding, I'd probably be using 320 or maybe 400. But you cut a lot faster when you wet sand. I wanted to use gray primer, but I was out of it. I don't know if how much darker this will make the green come out. A lot of times, if you use a dark base on it, it'll make the your top color come out a little bit darker. Hoping that's not the case, but it ain't the end of the world. So this isn't a full restoration. I'm going to be keeping this tractor. but it's gonna look real good for a 43-year-old tractor. And I really don't think the value is gonna be a lot different in a completely restored 400 or a very nice 400. They're only gonna bring so much. Okay, once you get the whole area, you want to rub your fingers over it, and you want to see if you feel any dirt. So some right there. You can control this a lot better when you do it by hand versus, you know, any kind of power sander. Yeah, that feels good. So there's one. Then I take a microfiber cloth and I'll go over it. I rewash these, so. I would wash this panel, but it's kind of chilly out today. Okay, there's one done. I'll bring you back when I get the second panel done. Okay guys, I finished wet sanding the panel. I wiped them down with a microfiber cloth and water. Then I blew them off with the compressed air. I'm going to be using Rust-Oleum farm implement paint. It's John Deere green. I've used this a lot in the past. This paint doesn't hold up good if this tractor is going to be in the sun or outside for, you know, long periods of time. But for what I use them for, and then put them back in the barn, it works fine. I've got one tractor over there that was painted 5 years ago, and you can't tell it's not a factory paint. And this matches very well on the John Deere tractor. I painted that dash tire, and you couldn't really tell. And on this, you want to do your first coat. You want to just do just a real light coat on your first coat, and then your second coat you want to follow through a little heavier, and then you really want to lay it down heavy on your last coat. But you got to watch. There's a fine line between shiny and runs, so you got to be careful with that. With these panels laying flat, you got a lot less chance of them running. So all we're going to do is we're going to do a light coat. That's going to give the second coat something to adhere to. You know, if you got paint in it at this stage, it's going to stay because I'm not going to sand. I'm not going to color sand it. So that's it. First coat there. It's 73 degrees out here, so that should be good. Like I said, nothing heavy. We're not going for perfection. We're making it look better. If we were completely restoring this tractor, I'd have spent a lot more time on these panels. But for what it is, it should be good. Okay, just a light coat, and then I'll be back and we'll put the second coat on in a minute. We'll let it dry. We'll let it sit up for about 10 minutes. Okay, it's been about 7 minutes. They did get a little tacky, so we're going to go with the second coat. We're not going to lay it on heavy, but we're going to cover it completely. You don't want to stay over one area very long. Nice even coats. It'll cut down on your spray marks. We just want to make sure it's every bit of it's covered. We're going to focus on laying it down smooth for this last coat. We want to make sure we're not trying to cover spots. Okay, looks good. I'll let this one dry about 10 minutes and I'll be back for the final coat. Okay, it's been 10 minutes since the second coat. So now we're gonna go ahead and lay down the finished coat. Like I said, you want it heavy, but you don't want it to run. If it does run, you can sand those out, but I'm gonna try not to let it run. So we're gonna do basically front to back. So we're gonna start here, and we're gonna slow down our delivery a little bit. We're gonna overlap. Okay, that looks good to me. That's finished coat for panel 1. Now we're going to do panel 2. We're getting low. This was a full can when I started. So it'll take you about 1 can to do these side panels. I use about a half a can of primer. Same thing, delivery. We're going to lay it on thick. We're going to slow our delivery down a little bit. It helps to have a lot of lighting. I've got 2 LED lights above this. Starting to run out of paint. Yeah, go right. A little heavy there. I'll probably get some runs. Over to get it where it's got some dry spots. We're done. That's it. That's 3 coats. I got a light guide coat, then I had a second heavy coat, and then the third coat is laying it on heavy. Like I said, these panels aren't perfect, but they're gonna look good on this tractor. I'm keeping the rear pan the original paint, so I'm not going for a full restoration. That'll lay down a little better as it dries. Not much dirt in it. And I could sand these and buff them when I'm done, but like I said, it is what it is. They are 100% better than they were. And on the tractor, out of these LED lights, you can see the lights shining on it. I didn't actually get a run right there where I thought I would. Yeah, I could have mixed this up. I get my paint at a local Napa store. It would have cost me a whole lot more money to do it. Paint's got crazy. I know when I do them patios, I'll have $300 just in paint. So this tractor, I couldn't justify it. I could have bought the, they do make they make this Rust-Oleum in a gallon or a quart can. I could have mixed that up and thinned it out and sprayed it, but like I said, I've had good luck out of this paint. Some people knock it, they say use the John Deere paint, but I mean, I've used both. And I can't, I don't have anything bad to say about this. But if you leave it outside in the sunlight, you don't have that UV protection. Even if you go with a clear coat, like a can clear coat, you still won't have a good UV protection. But you can see the phone. Yeah, we got a good shine, so. Yeah, we'll get these, let these dry. It's Thanksgiving today. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. And we'll get these mounted on the tractor probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's gonna be Friday. I've got the day off. And we'll start in that deck. And this video has been, it's been about 4 days I've been taking different clips for this video. So I'll try to get this posted up Sunday. Trying to show as much as I can. I'm new to this, so yeah, I usually just show videos of each tractor I get, but people are wanting to show what I do to make these tractors look this good, and this is it. Okay guys, I'll be back in a few. Hey guys, just wanted to give you an update on the instrument cluster, the dash of this 400. I just, instead of removing everything, I just taped everything off. I'm waiting for it to dry. I used it's a Sim. It's a plastic paint, satin black, 15243. That should dry into a satin color, and that'll take care of the discoloration of the plastic. Okay guys, I'll be right back when it dries and I get get all the masking and stuff off of it. Okay, got the side panels mounted back on the John Deere 400. I got the dash done. I used that Sim satin black plastic paint. It's plastic and vinyl paint. I've used it a lot when I used to restore cars. And I used a Duplicolor, I think it's a vinyl and fabric paint red for the throttle knob down there and the hydro knob. Yeah, I got the panels turned out pretty decent. Not perfect, but a whole lot better than they were. I got the new grill in it. This tractor did come with a new grill. It was missing the outside bar over here. I've still got to get the emblem for the center. I got that headlight panel in it, the used one. I painted the back side, the silver. I painted it with the chrome paint to make it shiny. Here's the other side panel. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it. Parts tractor to what we see here. I still got to polish out this rear pan. Thinking about buying a Cat Zero lift for it. Not sure what I'm going to do with it. I just wanted to get it back to where it looked like a decent tractor for the collection. And I think it worked. I mean, what do you guys think? You know, parts tractor to this. Not perfect, but I mean, it's in real good shape now. The engine was all detailed. It was missing these tins down here covering the exhaust manifolds up. I did find those when I found the muffler, so I put both of those on it. I got the headlights wired in. It's got a new air filter in it. I still need to change oil on it. I did do that carb, that's the original carb off of it. I took that Chinese one off of it. Went through this one, cleaned it. There was nothing wrong with it. It was just dirty. Got to get a good battery. That's just one I had laying around. Always got a charger on it. But no, pretty happy. Yeah, I like it. I've been wanting a decent 400 again, and I got this one pretty cheap. Start it up, see what she does. Yeah. A little smoke when you first start it, but it hasn't been ran. Just in the garage. Runs out real well. I haven't set that timing yet, just got the initial. And it's close, but like I said, I got to go over at the timing light to get it exact. I know it's going to be off a little bit. I think I'm going to get I've got a new John Deere seat just like this. This one's got some stains on it, you know, just from being out in the weather. I can't get off of it. So I think I'm going to go ahead. This tractor looks like it needs a new seat. I've got there's a seller on eBay that sells that ABS panel. It covers this tank up right here. He sells for like $30-something plus shipping. I'd have 50 bucks in it. And I ended up buying a piece of ABS plastic off of eBay for, I think it was $8 shipped. So I'm going to cut out my own cover and put a little John Deere decal on it. You can't buy that cover anymore. It's been discontinued for a while. But yeah, pretty excited about it. I think it turned out better than my expectations. The dash I'm very happy with. It looks like a new dash now. And like I said, I used that Sim vinyl paint. This stuff's pretty durable, it holds up. I've done dash pads and door panels with it before. Okay guys, progress on the deck. This is why I don't like belt covers on decks. All that heavy pit was caused by covers on it. You don't see the grass because the covers are on it. People try hosing them out, but you never quite get all the grass out. So you can see the rest of the deck. It's all in good shape. There's no holes there, but man, there's some heavy pits. So I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go over it with some Rust-Oleum brush on black in the pitted areas. I'll let it dry overnight, then I'll finish it up with John Deere yellow once it dries. Diameter pulleys all seem decent. They're a little noisy. I can always replace those later. But that's the tensioner. I've got a new spring ordered for it. But yeah, that's the progress. We're getting there. Okay guys, I'll be back when I get some black on it. Okay, there's the plan. Rust-Oleum black and all the heavier rust. I'll let this dry overnight and we'll sand it down, tape off the decals, and we'll put the John Deere yellow on. Okay guys, I'll be back. Okay, progress on the deck for the 400. See where I put the Rust-Oleum at, and then I came back over it and put some gray primer on it. Yeah, that's not a hole, that's just the black coming through the primer. Yeah, no holes, I can't believe it, but there is none. Anyway, I don't want to bore you, but I'm going to be using that sander, and you can tell where I already went over it by hand. And I'm going to get all the real bad chips off of it, so it doesn't really stand out in the paint. I got a small heater blowing on the primer. Got the decals, I got them taped off. That's the VIN number for it, the tag. Anyway, I'm gonna get to sanding and I'll bring you back when I get ready to paint it. Be back in a second. Okay, that's what I'm doing. This deck's got somebody's repainted this deck before. So I'm just sanding it down to where all those marks there are smooth. And I'm just using this. It's a cheap, I think it's a Harbor Freight or... I'm just going over the... just like that. And that brings it down to where you can't feel that anymore. This I can feel a little bit, so I'll keep working. That's all I'm doing. It's not real bad at all as long as you got some kind of a power sander. That's a palm sander. I think I got that at Harbor Freight years ago. But I've got a couple different ones. I kind of like this one with the iron head for getting into, it gets into tighter areas. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, I got it all sanded down. I'm getting ready to put a coat of paint on it. I'll put 3 coats on this deck as well as what I did on the side panels. But all the heavy dents and the paint flakes are off of it. Like I said, same as before, this won't be perfect, but it'll look just fine on this 400. It's not a perfect deck, so I'm not really too concerned about it. But it's gonna make this tractor to look a lot better. It'll look good on there. Okay guys, I'll be back when I get this completely painted. I don't want to bore you with 3 coats, so I'll be back in just a few. Okay, got some white primer sprayed on the bare metal spots. Getting ready for the coats of yellow. Okay, I'll be back. Hey guys, got the final coat of paint on it. It's got to dry now. Then I can start putting it back together. All my idler pulleys are going to be black. those didn't come out too great, and there's something on them. I cleaned and cleaned and cleaned, but it kept getting reaction. So I may paint them black afterwards. Yeah, it turned out okay. Not the greatest, but like I said, it is what it is. It's a mower deck. I'm not going for a complete restoration. I didn't spend a whole lot of time. That center turned out good after I used that Rust-Oleum on it. Yeah, hard to believe there's no holes in it, but there's not a one. Okay, I'll be back when I start putting the deck back together and show you the finished product. Okay guys, see you in a little bit. Okay, got the decals untaped. All that's left to do is once it dries tomorrow, I'll have to put the idler pulleys on it. It's got 3 coats of John Deere yellow, and it's got 2 coats of satin clear coat. Okay, I'll bring you back tomorrow. I'll get it, get the idler pulleys on it, and I'll get it mounted on the tractor just until it won't run until I get the till I get that spring that's broke. But yeah, we'll get it back on the tractor, and I'll get some finished video of the tractor. Hey guys, quick update on these decks on these 140s or these 400s. It's probably common on a lot of them. On your tensioner pulley, see where that spacer is inside that bushing and it's offset? Well, it shouldn't actually be like that, and you can buy the bushings to replace it. That's the John Deere part number of them, and it should be in the center. So we're going to throw that in there real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, that's all there is to it. Press out the sleeve, put in your new bearing or your new bushings, clean the sleeve, put it back in, grease it, and install it on the deck. Let's put it in the deck. I'll be right back. Hey guys, got the deck all put back together. Idlers on it, the new springs on it. I've got the hangers on it. Yeah, the belt was in good shape, so I did not replace it. It wasn't dry rotted. We're going to put this back under the tractor. I'll try to set this up and you can see me struggle. Okay guys, here comes the struggle. It's a very heavy deck. I could turn these wheels around, but I'm going to try it without moving them. Since I'm on concrete, I can slide it. It's going to be noisy. And I'm going to hit you. Let me move you back. I got you in frame. Yep. Here we go. You're going to see a struggle. You can turn these wheels around sideways. Makes it easier. But I'm going to try it without. You gotta move your deck lifts out of the way, and you gotta move your hydraulic hoses out of the way. You gotta try to clear the tires on the other side. I'm there. We're not gonna hook the drive shaft up yet. I'm gonna get our front piece. Put it where it needs to go. Put those in the deck. I don't think there's a way of doing this without struggling. Now we're going to hook our arms up. Those will go in here. Come back when I get this. You won't be able to see much of it anyway. But I'm almost there. I may have to delete all this if my ass is hanging out. Okay, be back in a second. Okay guys, got the arms hooked. Just had to wiggle the deck around a little bit. With this arm here goes to here. And then same on the other side. And then I've got to get a bolt to join that together. And then on the front, you pull that out to where it can set. My phone will not focus. Okay. And this is going to go like that. This is almost impossible to do with one hand. Okay, I'll be back in. When you rotate that in there, that's the pin. You got to make sure that pin falls in. But that's it. Besides hooking up the lift, it's mounted. I did get a cover, a butt cover for it. I've got to put a patch on it, and I've got to paint it. But yeah, we'll get this one finished up. I'm gonna try to get the video finished tomorrow. It's about 6 o'clock, it's dark outside, so we'll try to get it finished up. Yeah, I'm out of breath. Those decks aren't too fun to put on. But yeah, it's coming along. I got a set of wheel weights I'm gonna put in the back of this. So it'll have wheel weights on it. I'm looking for a 4-way blade. But yeah, deck's all restored. The bearings feel okay on it. It hasn't ran for a number of years, so we'll try it out, and if it needs a part, we'll put it on. Not the end of the world. We can get to everything. And it's not that bad to pull the deck back off. If you take these wheels here, and you pull the bolt out or the pin out if you've got a pin, and you turn those sideways, it's a lot easier to drag the deck in and out. On concrete, it's not too bad, but yeah, I struggled. I don't know if you'll see it. My ass crack might have been hanging out, so I may have to delete the video, but yeah, wasn't too bad. None of these decks on these older tractors, none of them are fun to put on. And the grass, I don't know how you'd do it. I'd probably drive over top of this one. Okay guys, the deck's on, the deck's done except for the belt shield. And I'll come back, I've got the plastic to make this. So I'll be making that probably tomorrow. And we'll get it screwed on there. I may go ahead and, I don't know how I'm gonna hook that up. I may silicone it. I may put some push pins in it. I don't know if I got any push pins this small. I can't drill it because it's, yeah, I can't put anything long in it because it'll get it on the gas tank. So I may put some of those push pins in it. I may have some small enough. Okay guys, I'm gonna bring you back out here tomorrow. Let's take a ride on this one. Hey guys, this is as far as I'm going to take this tractor. I want to get this video posted. Yeah, it runs out great. Transmission works great. Deck works. I think it turned out pretty good. Okay, the deck sounds quiet. No more smoke. Yeah, pretty happy with this one. Anyway, I want to take you guys along for the ride and show you what I do to kind of bring these old tractors back. This one got a governor. It got points. It got the, I put an air filter in it. I still have to change oil. Haven't done that yet. I redid the deck. Really, all I got's my labor and yeah, not very much money. That governor was a couple $100. All the belts on this mower were good. I put a new, put new bushings in the tensioner pulley. Yeah, other than that, that's it. Still have to paint the rims on the other side of the tractor. I didn't get them painted because I was out of room in that little garage. Yeah, guys, that's the finished product of the 1980 John Deere 400. Thanks for watching this video, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll be bringing you guys more of these old John Deere tractors, and we'll bring them back to life. See ya.